You can grill it, roast it, baste it in butter, do whatever Adam Ragusea calls that, and even fry it. It's steak. Glorious steak. And today, FutureCanoe is trying to find the best method to cook steak via the food YouTuberverse, but there's only one opinion that truly matters when it comes to steak, and that's Guga Foods. Today on Pro Chef Reacts, together with Guga Foods, we see if FutureCanoe finds the best steak cooking method, but will Guga approve? You'll just have to watch and find out. All right, Guga, are you familiar with FutureCanoe?
No.
You're not? Really? Are you being for real?
Yeah.
You've never watched FutureCanoe's content?
My first time.
So I'm popping your FutureCanoe cherry.
Maybe I do recognize, but I don't recognize by the name. Let me see.
All right. Well, this is his channel. This is FutureCanoe. And,
I think is he the one that talks very monotone?
Yeah.
I just don't know by name. Yeah, of course I watch him.
Yeah. He's awesome, right?
Of course.
All right.
He does some crazy things.
He does some crazy things.
Oh boy,
too.
here we go.
Here we go.
Of course I watch him.
We are going to check out his video, Finding the Best Steak Method. With the Guga! The Guga! Say the Guga.
It's a Guga.
It's a Guga.
Right, let's go.
Eating steak is a personality trait in our culture. The ability to get that medium rare determines your position in the hierarchy of food influencers. So let's learn from some of the best. My small-ass apartment in New York City wouldn't allow me to smoke it over applewood low and slow. So what kind of pan are we going to use to sear it? A Teflon is the easiest to use, but it has toxic materials, so the only purpose is for bayashi to make omuraisu. A non-stick pan is kinda easy to use, but it has uneven heat distribution and sometimes it does stick. A cast iron is the hardest to use, but it provides the best even heating. It's a form of midlife crisis if you
love that cast iron more than our family? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
You can
No,
pass
you
that
don't.
on to your children.
No, you don't.
The cast iron will be there forever.
No. Family is number one, Brian. Family. I'll have your wife slap the crap out of you.
She's used to it now.
No. You can have many cast irons, but only one family.
That's why I like it more. You can have many.
Oh, Lord. Have mercy.
steel. It has great heat distribution and it's easy to use once you learn how to properly use it. So for our first method, let's follow along the
Okay,
king
so
of cake.
Guga, you've cooked many of the steaks. I've even cooked a few with you. Any comments on any of these?
I think everything he said is pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just pretty.
Yeah, spot on. I have nothing to add.
The only thing I would say is like if you do, my favorite way out of all of those is definitely the cast iron by far.
100%.
Always.
Yeah, and I don't feel like it's the hardest to use.
I totally agree, Guga. Cast iron is not that hard to use. In fact, I think sometimes people are maybe intimidated by it. But what is really hard is how hard we went on Guga on the So You Wanna Get Fat podcast. Please forgive that terrible segue, but we did do an amazing interview with Guga on our other channel, the So You Wanna Get Fat podcast. Visit the link in the description below, or it's gonna pop up here somewhere. Check it out. We dive deep. We dive deep with Guga into his past, as well as what drives the man forward, what makes him tick. You definitely don't want to miss out. Check it out. You can also type in the search bar, So You Want to Get Fat podcast. And now back to the episode.
Oh, well, I think he was talking about as far as the pans he was covering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or if you got a weak wrist.
Oh,
Yeah, that thing's heavy, boy.
Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, you're not doing any stir fry with that.
Joshua Wiseman.
Pull your steak out of the fridge and let it rest. Give it a little blanket.
Pull my steak out of the fridge, let it rest, give it a little blanket.
Pull out the Noma fermentation guide, read it a bedtime story,
Pull out Princeton's Guide to Self-Loathing, give it a nightmare.
and bring it up over medium-high heat with about
guy's
2
funny.
tablespoons
He's so
of
funny.
oil in it.
Bring it up to medium heat and spray in about 2 tablespoons of oil.
Season it very generously with kosher salt and fresh cracked black pepper.
Season it very generously with salt and fresh crack.
The oil should be shimmering and moving around the pan really easily, and it should be just about this smoke.
Oil is shimmering, moving around the pan. I hope it doesn't smoke.
You should hear this sound.
And you should hear this sound.
Sear that bad boy at high temperature for 2 to 3 minutes on both sides
We'll sear our bad boy for about 2 minutes on both sides.
until you get that nice crisp brown crust.
Hopefully we got that nice crisp brown. Why is it
Crisp
so
brown.
uneven?
should have same color as Ariana Grande now, not Ariana Grande 10 years
Oh!
ago.
Let it sear for about 30 seconds to a minute.
Let it sear about
Guga, you think the uneven sear was from the pan?
Maybe not enough oil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I would add a little bit more oil there.
Yeah, 100%.
Or I'll start searing the fat first.
Yeah.
That even more rendered fat.
Yep.
A minute.
Then add 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter,
Add 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter.
2 cloves of garlic lightly
Was that
crushed,
garlic
Cloves
instead of butter?
garlic lightly crushed.
1 bunch of fresh thyme.
1 bunch of fresh thyme.
Baste and baste and baste with butter.
Baste and baste and baste with butter.
There is nothing that can go wrong with that.
Okay.
What was that sound?
he randomly inserts these, fornication sounds into his videos. Guga, what's your stance on basting?
Basting is great, but it doesn't do what most people do it. Right there, he's doing a little bit wrong because it's not fully melted yet and the butter is not hot enough. So that's
Yeah.
why it's not foaming. But my take on butter is this. What we love about the basting of butter is that it becomes brown, like that brown butter is what everyone loves. And as you baste it, it leaves small little speckles of that brown butter on the steak. And when you take a bite,
Right.
that's what we love.
Right.
So that's my take on it as you
Yes.
keep basting it. That's what I got from it. But you can do the same thing just by reserving the brown butter in the end and just
just
spread
put
it
it
on
on
the steak.
top. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just such a fucking waste of time and
But
energy.
hey, looks sexy.
It looks sexy. It
Yeah.
does. It does. You have a date over? You want the
Do the butter
guarantee?
basting.
You want guaranteed panty dropping? Butter
The,
basting,
the only
baby.
the only kitchens that are doing this are the ones with the glass window where you can see them cooking.
right, yeah.
Because they're not doing
Nah,
that.
nobody, no kitchen have
No
time
one's
for that.
no kitchen's doing this.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's actually very accurate.
Yeah. Oh yes.
The thyme leaves are exploding and attacking me.
You can do the touch test if you know it.
I don't know it, but I'm still gonna do it. And check out this graceful basting. One might say that I'm the master baster.
Now, as soon as that steak is done, immediately take it out of the pan, place it on a cutting board, and pour all that sweet butter
There
and
you go.
juices
There it is.
on
Yeah.
the top.
After touching it, it feels medium rare. We'll put it on a cutting board and pour all that juices on top.
And then let it rest for 5 to 8
Medium rare steak should be fast at this thickness. I agree with that. Don't cook too long. If you want it more done, then just up the cook time. Yeah, right. I have nothing to add to that.
minutes before cutting into it.
Now we'll just let it rest on this board for about 6 minutes and 9 seconds. Let's take a second to talk
Is
about
that an
today's
iPhone?
sponsor.
That's
No, it's an iWatch.
An
Apple
iWatch.
An
I mean,
Apple Watch.
No, Frenchie, that's not an iPhone. That's an iWatch. But speaking of watch, something I've been watching out for ever since my dog turned 13 is her health. You guys may not know this about me, but I am a dog lover. I've grown up my entire life with a dog around. I today have a brown toy poodle that my family and I love very much. What's special for me in particular is that I've had this dog before my oldest daughter was born, who's 10 years old. And fortunately, she's still around for my youngest, who is now a 1.5 years old, who loves to play with our dog. With that said, I have noticed our dog has slowed down a little bit, as comes with older age, but it's really important and special to me that both my daughters share memories of growing with this dog. So it's kind of come onto my radar to do everything I can to give my dog everything and anything she needs to live the longest and healthiest life possible. And that's why I'm super excited to have the opportunity to work with Maeve, the sponsor of today's video. Maeve is the first and only human-grade, protein-rich raw food for dogs made with real ingredients you can see and name just by looking. There are no fillers, no additives, and requires no prep, no mess. Maeve believes that pet food has a nutrition problem and that their health begins in the gut, not in the vet's office. Being that my dog is a little bit on the older side and kind of stuck in her habits, it did take her some time to adjust, but fortunately, on the back of the packaging, there's actually instructions to guide you through this period. Now she's fully adjusted, she finishes everything. However, there was some periods where she wasn't eating her veggies, but that's always a struggle. And I do want to mention, though, that she had taken to the treats, the Maeve treats, instantly. There was no adjustment period for that whatsoever. And that stuff is just as high quality and nutritious for your dog. Also, I should mention, when I say Maeve is high quality human grade food, I mean, you can literally see everything there. The chunks of meat, veggies, root veg. I was pretty impressed with how diverse the ingredients are. So it's just pure, healthy, vitamin-rich food. I'm really looking forward to seeing the benefits and the effects it has on my dog. So far, so good. And there will be a follow-up to this video. So make sure that, you keep watching because you'll see how Coco does. Visit the link in the description below or scan the QR code and use my code Brian to get 20% off of your first order. Apple Watch.
Oh my
Apple
God, we
Watch.
both said it wrong, Frenchie.
I don't.
Yeah,
He
the
just doesn't
young
have
the
the-
young guys here are the ones that know
Shut
the
up.
terminology.
Maybe you could stop being such a little bitch.
This is what it looks like. I think the crust is a little better than I expected. At first, it looked really pale. Now we just have to
Wait.
slice it open. I'll
Wait,
show you guys.
what happened.
See, what he was doing, that drives me crazy.
What's that?
Like the cutting board is moving. It just drives me so crazy. Just put anything, even a wet paper towel on the bottom.
That's future. That's the charm.
But I think
of
he
future.
does it on purpose.
Yeah.
I think he.
But I think maybe that's why he knows he's triggering everybody.
Oh,
The
yeah.
cutting board is
Yeah.
moving. Like, oh my, that drives me nuts.
That, or sometimes he swaps out ingredients because he's like, oh, I didn't have this other ingredient, so I'm just gonna put something else completely different from the recipe.
Guys,
the
what's
temp.
perfect, medium rare. Sometimes
What?
it doesn't have to be all nice and pink on the inside to enjoy it with your mouth. But it is pretty tender though. You can easily pull it apart.
Do we know what he looks like? Did he ever
No.
be? No.
No.
Oh,
I've
no?
asked. See, I've asked too. Nope.
No. Yeah, I think I've read in the comment section that in his early videos you can see his face. I don't care enough to go check it. But yeah, as far as we know, he doesn't reveal his face, which I think is smart, Gets to keep his privacy.
So let's give it a taste and rate it 1 through 10.
Damn.
The steak is very juicy. The outside crust doesn't have the best color, but the butter basting gave it a lot of complex, deep flavors. You can clearly taste the thyme and the garlic too. The only issue I see is that the flavor profile is too reliant on the basting process. Especially the center is a little bland.
Oh,
I usually
This
don't
one
season
triggered.
or flavor my
Oh, this one. Oh, I don't. Oh, what?
this one got Frenchie really mad. Have you seen this before?
I have, and I
Yeah.
even made a video about it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
And?
I say it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
steak, I flavor my cutting board.
How can
Let's
you
see
not
what
click on
future
a
can
video
do. As a
matter of
with this
fact, I don't know if
title
you guys
like
know.
this? We have to give this a try.
Nothing but oil.
Sorry.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if you guys know, Adam Ragusa came back and did another video saying that was bullshit. He literally admitted to it.
He admitted to
Yeah,
it.
he's like, at the time,
Oh,
that was a
You
great
didn't
idea.
tell me this.
No. We did watch that. But we were too enthralled because his second video, he fucked up the steak
Oh,
again. Remember,
yes.
he kept flipping it and the spinalis
and
broke
it fell
up and
apart.
it fell apart.
So he even admitted to it. It was a thing that he did it at the time, but it's not a great way of.
Mm.
It's just not a great.
Well,
way.
let's see how Future Canoe does it.
On the steak.
Nothing but oil on the steak. Do you guys think my oil spray bottle is working properly? It's kind of like getting a weapon that's supposed to be area damage and turn out to be single point.
Salting meat immediately before cooking will enhance browning is, as far as I can tell, a myth.
So we'll just put it directly into the pan when it's hot enough. For a stainless steel pan like this, you can do the mercury test. It's hot enough when you put a couple drops of water, it moves around like mercury. The steam is evaporating so fast, it creates a barrier between the water and the metal. Also, it's kind of fun to look at.
Just chopping up some rosemary from my yard.
Just chopping up some rosemary from my neighbor's yard.
Finely grating a small clove of garlic with my microplane.
Finally grating garlic that looks like my micro pea.
I use lemon, sometimes I use lime, sometimes even grapefruit.
I gotta save my grapefruit for the more important stuff, so I'm gonna use lime here.
Ton of coarsely ground pepper.
A ton of pepper.
Just a few grains of salt go on the board. I'll tell you why so few in a
And a
minute.
few grain of salt, we'll learn why in a minute.
I'll flip my steak. That's a strip steak, by the way.
That's a good
Brits would call it a
sear.
sirloin.
I'll also flip my steak. It's a ribeye, and the Brits will call it a ribeye.
Couple little slivers of butter go on the board.
One big sliver of butter go on the board.
I like how the milky taste of fresh butter contrasts with the deep, dark flavor of the steak.
I also like the milkiness and the dark deepness of the steak.
I cooked this steak for 9 minutes total and rested it for 5. Steak goes on top of all that
I
stuff.
mean-
After 9 minutes, we'll put the
There's a simple solution to this. It's a compound butter, right?
Yeah.
Did I say it then?
I don't remember. I think you did. I think you did say compound butter. You've made quite a few compound butters,
I think
Guga.
so.
Just once, twice.
Just once or twice, right?
Yeah.
Any in specific stand out to you, like that are memorable?
Yes. One that I thought was going to be a complete, how do you call it? Fail.
Mhm.
And you ever used mac and cheese powder on a compound butter,
Ooh.
and you just mix that in, and it's the
Yeah.
easiest compound butter you ever made it.
Yeah.
Try it. It will
That
change your
sounds
life.
amazing.
It's
It
life
actually
changing.
does.
It's fantastic,
Oh,
and it's like
that's-
stupid easy.
yeah,
I thought that my audience was just trolling me.
Yeah.
No, it's fantastic.
it actually works.
It works. It's fantastic. It's not good.
I have
It's
to try that.
fantastic.
I have to try that
that.
one. That sounds bomb as fuck.
Mhm.
I have an idea for you.
Mm.
I think you'll love it. What about a durian compound butter?
No,
Let's move on, Brian, please.
Well,
Steak on top of all that stuff. Look how much splatter it got all over the place. It's on my phone too. I'm glad I don't use a camera to film. So this is our unsalted pan-seared ribeye. The crust does look a lot better than the last time. This is my favorite part of the steak, the ribeye cap, because I love capping.
I'll cut my steak into thin slices,
I'll cut my steak into thin slices. I think this time we got much closer to medium rare.
and because I'm lazy, I'll cut the slices in half so everything is bite-sized
I'm
now.
sorry.
And
that
because
goes
I'm
against my
lazy,
religion.
I'm just gonna leave it like that.
We'll just
and you made a very good point, Frenchie. It's like if you brought that to someone at a restaurant, they would be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yes.
Right? You paid for a nice cut of steak, and you just
toss the
Screwed it
pieces
up.
in our pool
Oh.
of flavor-augmented beef juice.
We'll toss this meat in the augmented juice, like how we toss
I'm
salad.
getting.
Run it
I
under
know
hot-
what I expected it. I'm still getting annoyed. So
Hot
Makes you
water
mad,
for a
Frenchie?
minute, both
Yeah.
sides.
Still
A hot
does.
plate can actually reheat a well-rested piece of meat.
We'll pour boiling water on the plate for about a minute. Really didn't think this through.
Hey, fun fact, even perfectly pink steak will look gray or brown in natural sunlight.
I love this fun fact, because it applies to all my food. Damn you, natural sunlight.
I like for most of my salt to be in the form of a super coarse finishing salt.
Since we have comfy garlic, I'm gonna put a little bit on top, sprinkle some salt, and give it a taste and rate it 1 through 10. I'm extremely impressed. It really does taste much juicier than a normal rested steak. Because we didn't cook the butter, pepper, and rosemary, all the flavors are much more vibrant. It's not necessarily better than the traditional method, it's just different.
Yeah.
Overall,
Look at his fork.
I know.
It just triggers me. I know he's doing it on purpose,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think he's genius.
I think yes, we've
I
said
think he's
that.
genius.
Yeah, I think he
because
is.
he keeps you watching it because you don't know what he's gonna do next.
Yes,
Genius.
yes.
Love it. I
And
love it.
He's crushing it right now, man.
That's good for him,
Yeah.
man. That he's a genius. You
overall
know who
nine
it
out of
reminds me of? Sorry.
Who does he remind you of?
You Suck at Cooking. Have you guys ever watched You Suck at Cooking?
Is that the channel where they like purposely mess up the food? Like do
No.
terrible. Oh,
No. You're talking about something else. You should watch You Suck at Cooking.
you suck at cooking.
You Suck at Cooking.
Okay.
He reminds me very much of that.
Really?
Very
I
much
didn't
of that.
know. Okay.
Yeah, but You Suck at Cooking, the production value that
Yeah.
he does it, next level.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We've
I'm
never
good friends with him. Yeah.
Are ya?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
sick.
should watch it. Yeah.
All right. We'll check it out. We've never reacted to that, so something
10.
new.
Highly
we,
recommend.
over here, we just we tend to stick with Uncle Roger and Guga videos to react to. but-
Recommend this method.
Babish
What about the
sear.
reverse sear? As its
Oh,
name suggests,
we're
it
gonna
is
watch
the
this
same
again?
process, but in
This
reverse.
the one he screws up?
We never saw this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta do things in reverse like a good cowgirl. And to prepare for Babish's method, you gotta salt brine it the night
commentary is
before.
crazy.
This way it not only season it throughout, but also dries out the surface for a better crust. But let's take a second to talk about what's going on with the color of my steak. So
That's the
how
stamp.
come...
Everything is blue.
Is this normal? Let me know in the comments. I don't have health insurance right now, so I'm gonna cut it off. It's still kind of blue underneath. What is this? Let me give it a sniff.
What is that, Guga?
It's the stamp
Yeah.
when they finish the stamp on the cow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
So we'll put
toxic.
these in the fridge and brine overnight. Alright, it's the next day. It's still blue and it looks depressed.
I'm inserting the temperature probe at its thickest point nearest to the bone and sending it into the oven until it reaches 115 degrees Fahrenheit.
I don't have anything to probe my meat like that, so I'm just gonna put it in the oven and stab it a lot with my normal thermometer.
I've got 1 stick of room
Daddy
temperature
chill.
salted butter,
Now microwave a cup of cold butter,
I'm adding half a finely minced shallot,
some finely minced shallot,
1 clove of garlic that I'm lightly crushing, chopping, and finely mincing.
4 cloves of garlic that I'm microplaning.
I'm also going to add a half teaspoon of chopped fresh thyme,
We'll pick out some parsley leaves.
and about a 1/4 cup of finely chopped fresh parsley.
We'll chop some parsley leaves.
There's a bunch of different herbs that you could mix and
My
match
other,
here.
my other
Tarragon.
trigger is all the chefs with the chef tattoos.
Out of gas.
Out of gas.
Out of gas.
Do you have any tattoos, Frenchie?
No.
Me neither. You, Brian? Oh, yeah. I don't need to ask you, Brian. Sorry.
No.
I take it back.
Frenchie's got a shit ton of tattoos.
Oh, you were joking.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We don't see them, Frenchie. Oh, I see one now.
So the rule was
I've heard that that's the worst pain there is. Is that true?
no. The worst pain is my ex-wife
That's the worst?
on the ribs.
More
Because
than,
there's-
oh, really?
There's no fat here, and it's right on the bone.
Oy.
And the shin.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But the shin is just straight up like bone,
This-
no? That
Right
hurts
here.
a lot.
Oh, by the way, Frenchie's not wearing
Oh,
pants
shit.
again.
I got lost in Guga's eyes. You know? Like,
Marjoram, rosemary.
I thought I would just a list of Babish's ex-girlfriend names.
Optional chili flakes if you want a little bit of heat.
Some chili oil we made yesterday.
Mash that nonsense together with a fork and set aside until ready to serve.
After we mix everything together, let's give it a phallic shape. So we'll lay down some plastic
Phallic
foil,
shape.
put all the butter in it. Use the foil to shape into a tube. You can roll it like this. Ideally store in the fridge overnight, but drop into the ice water if you don't have time.
Just like last time, we're trying to blast it with as much heat as possible so that we form a crust as quickly as possible.
So again, we'll get the pan really hot, use our weird oil spray. We'll sear each side for about 30 seconds.
He's hilarious.
the innuendos.
Yes, and they just keep coming. You know.
But I think also his delivery very, very good.
Yeah.
Well, don't you think he's doing the filming, then he does the voiceover after?
For
After,
sure,
100%.
But
So-
even then, just the fact that he's inserting it and saying it in such a way like you didn't catch it, so sometimes you have to go back.
Well, I think the monotone voice helps with the editing.
100%.
Right? Yeah.
Aren't you proud of me?
I know you're so involved. You know, when Frenchie enjoys the video, Guga, he tends to be involved. But you know when he's not enjoying it because he starts to get hangry,
Oh,
or
really?
he starts to be like, "Move on! I have a martini waiting for me downstairs."
Remove from the heat, back onto a wire rack, temp with foil and let rest for 10 minutes before carving.
So we'll put it back on the rack, let it rest for 10 minutes under a piece of foil.
This is going to cut across more muscle fibers, making it more tender for the human mouth.
I haven't been tender with any human mouth in a while, but I'm more concerned about the doneness of the steak. I think it's pretty nicely cooked, but how do you reduce the gray band on the outside?
Ideally, immediately smeared over top so that
I mean, Babish's looks bomb.
Yeah,
right there.
Looks phenomenal.
It looks phenomenal. But what do you think happened with FutureCanoe?
It was too thick a cut.
I wasn't paying too much attention
Yeah.
to how he was there. I was
You
paying
see, we
attention more
lost
to
Guga.
Frenchie. You lost me.
you lost Guga.
I don't know what he did
Oh,
wrong. but
no.
We have to get him a martini.
Oh,
Maybe I don't. Yeah, maybe so. I'll be
that
honest.
starts melting, creating a glistening burnished steak dotted with herbs and garlic.
After putting them on a plate, we'll cut a few discs from the compound butter. It's still a little too soft and needs some more time in the fridge. We'll put them directly on top and torch it a little bit. Alright, here it is. Reverse seared New York strip with compound butter. I think the doneness is fine. It's just the gray band is bothering me a lot. I don't think we had it in the previous 2 attempts. What is
That's what I was talking about, the gray band.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. He seared it too long, or
Yeah.
he seared it too hot. That's gonna be, or his oven was too hot when he put it in. So if you
Oh.
put the oven in too hot and then you do a double sear, which is searing right after, then you get that as well. But a reverse sear should not have a big gray band.
Right.
So maybe the oven could have been too hot.
That's probably what it is, right?
Yeah.
did I do wrong? Let me know. After tasting it,
Guga
I
just let you
decided
know.
that this is the best one so far. Because of the brining process, it seasoned it throughout, and the dry surface give a really nice
So
sear.
pause
The
real quick.
aromatics and the milk.
So Kenji Lopez Out is the creator of the reverse sear, you know, the modern creator basically. But the
Who
deal,
is?
Kenji Lopez Out,
Ooh.
an amazing,
Yeah, great channel.
Yeah,
great
yeah, yeah.
channel.
So, but a true chef.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what happens is he created the reverse sear because he used to use sous vide, but for someone that never had sous vide. So it goes to the idea as you cook at really low temperature. But a lot of people don't got time for that.
Right.
So they do the complete opposite and blast it up. That's why you get gray band.
Gotcha.
Milkiness in the compound butter is a great addition to the flavor profile as well. 9.2 out of 10, a pretty minimal effort method. For our last recipe, we're gonna make a country fried steak. Some people call it chicken fried steak because it uses the same cooking method as a buttermilk fried chicken. We dry brine this steak with salt and pepper. Now it's looking more depressed than ever. It's a little bit too thick, so we'll cut it in half.
I was just about to say, if he was gonna country fry that.
In fact, I would make four out of that.
Yeah, in and out.
Because you're not concerned anymore with the quality of the.
What's your
I love that he's dry brining the steak now because that's an amazing thing to do.
Yeah.
And then we'll make like 1,000 of these little cross cuts to expose the surface area and also tenderize it. Well, traditionally it's supposed to be done to a cube steak, which is the beef round. It's a really tough and cheap cut. This method is supposed to make it fattier and tastier. But I'm gonna use a prime New York strip because I'm ignorant. So it looks like it almost can trigger people with trichophobia. We'll marinate them with 2 eggs, beat it with a Ligma fork. You can beat it on the couch if you want. And about 1.5 cups of buttermilk. We'll drop it in, massage the mixer into every little corner. The lactic acid in the buttermilk is gonna further tenderize it. Wrap it up into the fridge for 4 hours to overnight. For the dredge, 1 cup of flour, 1/3 cup of cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder.
Did I understood that right? Sometimes he just says it's so monotone, and then I lost it. I think, did he say that or he didn't really say that? I lose it. Yeah.
As far as his technique, I have nothing to add. It's spot on. You know?
Oh, I don't care. I would never do this.
Well, not to a prime strip steak. No way.
No, it's not
but
worth it.
I'm not a fan of country fried steak, period.
Oh, I like it.
Oh, you do?
I like it.
Yeah?
I like it.
No, I'm
it's
not.
Steak, bro. It's always better to be better than chicken.
Yeah, true that.
Well,
but
unless you had the one from yesterday from
the Ravage Restaurant,
Yes.
340 West 46th Street.
That was something else.
Yeah, but chicken fried steak. Okay, not chicken, but then why not a pork chop or a veal chop or a, you know?
Right. Yeah, not my thing personally.
What, you don't like you don't like schnitzel?
No. A country fried steak is not my thing. Like, I love schnitzel. Hell yeah.
Some onion powder, paprika, garlic powder. Now we'll dredge the steak. Oh, it got the white stuff all over me. Make sure you aggressively press the flour mixture into it so it sticks. Gotta get all that white powder up the crack. When it's about 1/2 inch deep, we'll heat it up to 350 degrees.
Yeah, usually you should double batter, right? So you dredge it once, dry it off, go back into the buttermilk, and then
You get all those nice kernels
yeah,
and
get a really nice crust on it.
nooks and crannies.
Grease.
You know that Thomas's wouldn't pay me if I didn't say the words nooks and crannies?
Really?
Yep.
We'll probably spend 4 to 5 minutes on each side, so in total less than 10 minutes. While it rests on the wired rack, we're gonna make a pan gravy. First, dump out the oil, save just a little bit in the pan. Put in 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Whisk it into the oil to make a roux. Once it turns blonde, we'll whisk in 2 cups of milk. I don't have milk because my dad never came back with it, so I have to resort back to water. But it doesn't
messed up.
That's also a reoccurring thing in all his videos. Like, my dad never came back with the milk.
Oh yeah.
So he's
Could be the
making a
best
veloute.
result. And if you're
Yeah.
worried about
Yes.
this sauce not having enough flavor, we'll just add some
Hell
MSG.
yeah.
And since we have some, we'll mash in some comfy garlic, cayenne, and black pepper. To make up for not
Nice.
having milk, we'll use our never-ending raclette. Yes, it's still here, smellier than ever.
Listen,
I guess also
that's gonna be good.
That's gonna be good.
That's gonna be
Gonna
good.
taste phenomenal.
Yeah.
some pecorino romano, because this stuff is basically MSG. Whisk it in, and that's it. Who's ready to get some cholesterol problems? This is pretty much the definition of America. Not enough though, we gotta smother it with gravy. After each bite, we'll have to drink gravy just to keep it down. Finally, a little bit of black pepper on top, and this is it. Chicken fried steak. Straight out of one of the southern states. Despite all the wrong steps I've taken with this recipe, this is actually looking more legit than I expected. So let's give it a taste and rate it 1 through 10.
Yeah. See, that's why it needs to be thinner.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I haven't eaten in 20 hours, but just like my ex-girlfriend, this is confusing me and pleasuring me at the same time. Is it fried chicken? Is
that's
it
a flavor
steak?
bomb.
Who knows? It's the best of both worlds,
Hell
and
yeah.
this is my happy dance. I apologize.
Oh my god, it's funny.
He is awesome.
It's hilarious.
It's so crispy, tender, and juicy, especially smothered in that cheesy gravy. The contrast really elevates the dish to another level. Easily a 9.5 out of 10. If I made it with real milk, it could be a 10. If you're just here for a fun time, not a long time, you should make this every day. Hopefully you found a good steaks method for yourself from this episode. Now all you gotta do is just to practice it to perfection, and the testosterone.
Alright.
Oh my god, he
Oh,
did
by the
everything
way, I
and
probably
didn't do
won't
the
post for a
best
while.
one, which is to cook on charcoal.
I know, right?
He didn't do the best one.
But he did say that he's in a New York City apartment.
Go to the park.
You're not allowed to, and even in the parking lot.
Oh yeah, you're not allowed to anymore.
Yeah, designated.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah, you have to go to like a park with a designated grill area.
Yeah.
And none, and there are
Yeah, it's
none,
worth it.
none in Manhattan. You
Yeah.
gotta go by
Wow,
the
that
side of the
sucks.
road in on the way to JFK.
Ugh.
Are you allowed to put a grill on a balcony, or like you go to jail?
No, yeah. A lot of people do it.
Well, a lot of people do it anyway, but yeah, usually those big apartment buildings, you're not supposed to.
What if you do? You got a fine, or you go to jail?
I don't know.
No, I don't know. It depends on the building.
Haven't been
management.
caught yet.
I'm guessing you're not willing to find out, right, Frenchy?
Before we close out this episode, I want to say thank you to all of my amazing patrons. Thank you so much for your support. And for the rest of you, please consider becoming a patron by clicking the link in the description below. By becoming a patron, you get to take advantage of some awesome perks like early access to new episodes and patron exclusive content. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this episode as much as we did.
That was
making it.
awesome. I didn't know him by name, but I obviously watch his video. He does a good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job, FutureCanoe.
Guga Foods approves. Future
I
Canoe.
love it. I think he's so funny. He's hilarious.
Yeah, he is hilarious. Now, Future Canoe, come on the podcast, man. Come on, return my messages.
You gotta blur his face.
We
out.
got to blur his face out. We will. We'll keep his privacy. All right.
He's
Well,
in Manhattan, right?
He's in New York. He is
Okay.
in New York. Yeah.
What do you think he is? Like, oh, that sounded weird. What nationality do you think he is?
Asian. I'm pretty sure.
Asian?
Yeah. And as far as what I've seen in the comments, that seems to be the most popular one.
What Asian?
I don't know.
Okay,
know.
you don't know.
Let's
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you to our guest, Guga Foods.
It's a Guga.
It's a Guga.
Hey, thank you
All
for
right.
having me. Thank you for having me.
All right. Say bye to the wide cam.
Bye.